Hey, no, no. It's cool. I can share it on my. 4 o'clock. Yeah, and I can share it.
Lydia?
Yeah, she said she only sends them. So I just send it to her.
Okay. Oh, you have on your WhatsApp?
Mm.
Okay, cool. That's why I sent it to you. Yeah. So I know you would.
I wasn't. I didn't know if it was like something like to go to her show. Oh, she's like, why don't you just send it to me? I say, you write technology.
You know, I don't have her.
I'm like, you write technology.
Sleepy!
700 islands, so I'm styling. Y'all don't even know that Bible scripture. As a Bohemian, you gotta know that.
I can not.
No, I said they thought Gal would have been like the first thing you know.
Oh, no.
No, 700 islands, some stuff.
For him?
I remember
thank you.
it was Bahamas Fashion Week 2017. I got put onto that. I say, what? I just moved back home too. I say, okay, the Bohemian artists are doing it now. Let me get acclimated again.
Okay. It's about that time.
Oh, that I free my mind. Oh, it's about that time. Oh, free my mind. It's about that time. Oh, that I free my mind. Oh, it's about that time. Oh, free my mind.
Star 106 hits a pleasant Friday. Good afternoon to each and all, and welcome to the Friday edition of Free Your Mind on your hit station. We are Star 106 Hits. It's a pleasure to be in your company. As always, yours truly, the Natural Empress. And of course, it's all brought to you courtesy of Guinness Smooth, brand new to the Guinness family. Get used to it. I tend to want to call it the ladies' Guinness. All right. I want you to check it out. If you wanted just a little bit less alcohol, then of course Guinness Smooth is your choice. We're talking about 5% alcohol versus that 7.5. All right. Definitely available and proudly distributed by 700 Wines and Spirits. All right. Make sure you check them out when you head on down there. Let them know that Empress sent you. All right. KFC has got us this hour as well. I want to say thank you to them. I also want to say a big thank you to, of course, Pinder Tile. Shouts out to Muffler World as well. And of course, to everybody that makes this possible. As well as, I got to say, big shouts out to all of those that are locked and loaded. Channel 976 on cable. Thank you so much. I also want to say a big thank you to everybody on Facebook, Natural Empress on Facebook, and of course, Star 106 on Facebook as well. Now, totally unorthodox, totally different than our usual Friday show, because we all know by now that Thursdays is when I highlight the Bahamian music industry and all the key players, all the players of instruments, songwriters, producers. I tend to do that on a Thursday. But something very special came across my desk today. And I said, you know what? Though it is not a Thursday, I'm definitely excited to introduce to some of you, to reintroduce to some of you, this new. Well, he's not so new anymore. He's quite seasoned. Some salt and pepper has been, added to the mixture. He's not bland. We are talking about spicy. I'm gonna tell you about like KFC chicken.
With all
You feel me, right?
With all 16 herbs and spices.
Okay.
Okay.
PJ Fuego's in the building.
Count to 5 look alive, Bahamas.
Oh.
PJ Fuego is in the building.
Okay.
And just to give a hint, Just give a hint to our guests. Yeah, I'm fine.
All right.
I come from 700 Islands, so I'm styling.
Oh, hello?
Hello.
Not 600.
Not 600. Not
699.
And not 650.
Okay, we ain't rounded it off like the penny no more.
Yeah,
right?
no.
So like when you're buying things right now, they're rounding it off?
Yeah, we're rounding to the nearest 100.
Yeah.
That's the 700 Islands, so I'm styling.
Woo! You need a t-shirt.
Yeah.
He got it down pat. 242 Massive. I am so pleased to introduce to you the artist they call Sleepy Lex. Good afternoon to you.
Yeah. What's good?
It's so good. It is just so very good to have you. I think the last time we spoke quite a few years ago, you were
Yeah.
just peeking your head out. Now it's totally
Yeah,
out of
taking
the
off.
rabbit hole, and you're ready to jump.
Yeah.
Let me just reintroduce you again to the massive, because maybe the name is a little new. Let me just say this, and there is so much truth in this statement. They say that the chip never
Fall
falls
far.
far
Not
from the
not
block.
at all.
And
Hmm.
this
Not at
is
all.
definitely no exception. So, to all of you that don't know, if you look into his eyes, you can't miss it.
I didn't even know until y'all said so.
That's crazy. No,
I didn't know
Really?
at all.
Look into his
no,
eyes,
you
people.
can't miss that.
You can't miss it. You know what? I'd even challenge some people, to type who your daddy is.
To take a
Just
wild
take a
guess.
wild guess, just by looking into your eyes, because you just can't miss it.
No.
Your mommy could not even think to tell
You can't
somebody
fake it
else
down.
that
Like,
this
let me
they
try.
child.
You try too much times.
Huh?
Like, let me try too much times. You can't fake it.
I'm serious.
No.
So, for all of you that don't know, this is the son of the great Dylan McKenzie, aka
Dog,
the
don't bark
great
at Parker.
D-Mac. So let's start with that first and foremost, because we have this thing where we think, okay, if your daddy, let's say, let's look at the great Bob Marley.
Mhm.
Everybody right away thought that the kids will naturally do reggae,
Yeah.
but for them it was a matter of doing a different kind of reggae. Mind you, it was still reggae.
Yeah.
Did you think at any point that, what, I want to directly walk in the same shoes as he?
That's scary for me because it's like that's some big shoes.
Yeah,
That's
that's
some big shoes.
that
But at the
shoes.
same time,
That's you
Those are
feel
no
it.
little quick slippers.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
no, 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 no.
little
You gotta
old
lace these
navy
ones up.
slippers.
No, you gotta
Yeah.
lace these ones up.
Yeah. You gotta tighten the laces on this one.
but no, I definitely dabble. Yeah, no,
You dabble in the rake and scrape.
yeah.
Do you
I
have the
dabble.
same passion as he?
I think it's a different passion.
It's a different kind of
It
passion.
originates from the source, so it
Right.
gotta be like something new.
It's the
The thing is,
same
I gotta-
root, but it branches differently.
Yeah, branch different. I think you just gotta hear the music for yourself. You know what I mean?
Funny that you say that, because my producer says when he met you minutes ago, he was in total awe that this is actually your speaking voice. You hear the music, and in today's world where there are so many different apparatuses that can change and alter and make and break,
Yeah.
this is all you. This is naturally how you speak.
I don't even know what to say right now because I mean, it's been like that for a minute.
What was it like in school
It was weird. 'cause
before the
it come
days of
about-
Order 2?
it came about like you know what I mean in any part of school. So like I had I don't know maybe a couple months till I graduate, and then it just
When the puberty hits all at one time.
come down like thunder, and I was like, all right, boom, we rocking with it.
Did you pretty much start to hone this craft in school?
I mean, the thing is, I wasn't taking it as serious.
No?
No, because it's so abundant and all around me. It just was like, all right, maybe
So you're just clowning.
Yeah,
Just like chilling around with it for a little bit.
Come about, you know what I mean? Because I just
You're just
really,
playing.
and then you know what I mean. There's so much potential in that, and I was like, all right, cool. Yeah,
Well,
we really got around with that.
What's Dad's take on this?
He loved it. From what I know, he told me, you know what I mean, just go hard, go on it.
And when you go hard, and you or go home. Don't play with it.
No play with
It's
it.
either go hard or go home, and
Go hard or go
we don't
home.
plan to pack up no time soon.
Right.
No time.
Just do it and do it well. Whatever choice you make.
Do you feel any musical pressure with the success that your dad has with you entering the game now?
I mean, I do in a way because, like I said earlier, like that's some real great shoes, that's some big shoes. So like, yeah, it gotta be pressure. You know
I think it's good. I think it's good pressure though. It helps you.
It has to be pressure, definitely,
Yeah.
because like it's like one of the young cats and boy, they going up against Braun. You know what I mean? They just trade. What's his name?
Got you. I got
Yeah,
you.
you
I
see what I'm
got you.
saying? But like, I mean,
Hit me again.
it's just like it's like you going up against the coach. You asked for this. You know
That's
what I mean?
right.
I feel like I chose music as a branch, or you know what I mean, whatever, branching off from him. So like I gotta go up against him. So, you know
Some kind of way.
Some
You
kind of way.
you also, it's like when you go to school and you're off campus and you're wearing the uniform, you still represent the
you
school.
represent
Yeah.
the school,
So
like,
don't
same
care
way.
where you go in this world, you will still be representing
fine.
the McKinsey family, because it is quite a very, very talented family, to say the least.
A very talented bunch.
At the end of the day, it's not just dad, it's uncle, it's cousins,
Everyone.
it's everybody. So you represent the legacy, you represent the brand.
Yeah, most definitely.
How do you describe your music?
Oh, you think I have a quicker answer for this, but how would I describe it?
How do you describe your music? What kind of artist do you dub yourself as?
Different. If I had to just say, like, I know that's a broad word, like, you know what I mean, it could be used for a bunch of different things, but for me, I guess every time like you hear me and you recognize my voice, like you always expect something different. So that's one word I'd say, different.
I definitely have to agree with that, because I think
tell me what you
coming from the fan standpoint.
Let's go in the fan corner.
Like, so in the fandom world. I definitely would, because you give I guess in this modern age of genres, you give like a Bohemian trap type of vibe. You give like a maybe even rake and scrape trap, if I were to even give it a genre like that. I always call like R&B. You have trap and B.
And then you
have your rap and B.
No, that's crazy. I like that.
Yeah,
so
it gives that feel of it. It gives the expansion of what Bohemian music can be, because like, you hear the colloquialism, you hear the slang and what it is. But it's like the beat isn't a traditional Bohemian song, or maybe let's say the flow of it may not be your rake and scrape type of flow, but it's definitely something that caters in the younger generation, and also helps us to be more adherent to our Bohemian artists and how they evolve now.
I'm glad that you're here to speak up on behalf of the younger generation.
Oh, I'm happy to still be a part of the young generation.
Real talk, because at the end of the day, and you know what, let's take a quick break. Let's find out what's happening on the streets in Nassau traffic-wise. When we come back, I want to listen to one of his latest tracks. We're going to let him tell us about how that all came about. And then I want to kind of tap back into the expectancy and the expectations, rather, of the younger generation in terms of their appreciation for Bahamian artists when it comes to foreign music.
Sure.
All right, so we're going to take a quick break. Traffic report coming your way, so keep it locked. More Free Your Mind Freestyle Friday right here on Star 106 Hits.
There are several thoroughfares.
You'll always be on point like that?
Huh?
Is y'all always on point like that?
Boy, we just feed off each other.
This is the energy, and we just go.
We just go with it. It's a great feed.
Fun little quick story. Before I started working at the Guardian, I was interning Andrew Jams, and I was interning for Empress.
When he was still in high school.
And I'm talking still in high school. Yeah. Like I must be about to start working at Atlantis the following week type thing. I say going to Atlanta. And so I've been the fast forward. We here.
That's crazy. That come a long way.
But no, definitely a mentor, definitely a gem in the game. But she know that already, though. Hey, but she know that.
See, the thing is, you can't even. You know what I'm saying? It's like same thing with the Oman. You know, what I mean? Every time you bring up a name, like you already know.
Yeah, for sure. What I love the most about her, off the record, so like she's not here.
Right?
She challenges you to stay as sharp as she is, or to stay as cognizant as I guess as ready as you need to be for on air.
How you find energy to keep up with people? Like you always constantly like feeding people that energy, you know what I mean?
I don't know why.
I don't know. I think that's the camouflage secret.
Yeah.
That's the camouflage.
Because it could really be. What are we talking about today?
Exactly. Yeah.
So we start? All right, come to my
It's a talent. It's definitely a talent. It's a gift. Because when people ask me the last 15 years of doing Free Your Mind, like, how you come up with the topics? Most people don't know. I have no damn idea most of the time.
She'll come say, hey, you come to the studio today? Yeah. And I say, what we talking about?
And this is from its inception.
Yeah.
And she's like, shit, we about to find out.
Like real talk. So you just let my mommy would say, you just let the spirit guide you.
What I like the most about it, I guess, off the record again,
right?
it keeps you sharp.
Yes, right?
It keeps you sharp.
You know what it is to do this 5 days a week for 15 years?
Like, I don't even want to start it.
You can't plan out every single topic.
You can't. Here we go. We got to introduce Lucky.
Coming from the next land.
You know, it's just like crazy what he's saying. You know, you know,
Yeah,
yeah.
we always on.
Oh,
That's the thing, because once we live on this, even when we're off the radio, we still live on social
oh,
media.
yeah.
Mhm.
Oh,
So you got to figure out how to say what you want to say without saying it.
Hey, you can say it,
Yeah.
but figure out how to say it without
Yeah.
saying it.
See now, I'll wait.
We might try to deal up in that photo. On the territory, they don't even know though. They figured out the easy when it's
Like,
if they don't cross me, no, that's a no-no. Only headshot, on the low-low. Yeah, touch up, she get low-low. I'm a real bad guy, she's a no-no.
She was like, "Oh, that's my favorite song." I didn't even know she listened to my music.
yes,
Your
sister.
sister?
Yeah, she was like, "Guys, I love this so much." She's like, "You didn't even believe I listened to
Boy,
this."
please, you have really good music. You don't even know.
But it's like, I can tell you what I think.
It's all about myself. My enemies, I gotta get it just to show. Show my we ain't going back to pro. Then they try, they the most. They tell me I'm going, we ride, try to roll. I'm gonna make it God, only you can judge me. Living in my eyes, you can take them. All millions, try to the curtain. Behind enemy lines, they be lurking, lurking. Yeah, they be lurking, but stick me up like urchins. I've been on the way to do it. I've been searching. I can't let you take this too long. I've been working. I'm stuck in my ways, so I ain't no perfect person. I just come and save me from the darkness. I've been cool like the bridge, so I don't need to say it. Time for me in the crib, it's never falling. So right, I'ma show you who really honest. This the big doctor, use a small face. Yeah, doctor, she go on it. I go on it. I'll be on it. Like it's hard and that money costs. My enemies, I gotta get it just to show. Come on, she ain't moving like a pro.
Hold on.
And they try to take the most. They tell me I'm going. I try to roll. I don't need to control.
That's wow. That's just what I was saying.
You can catch up.
That's Lover. I still agree with Lover.
Star 106 hits, brand new music in from Sleepy Lex. Now, before we get into it, where did the name come from?
Oh yeah, the name.
He said, the name.
It's crazy because everybody asks me all the time. I'm like, I always had a name for some reason. I didn't never give myself a name. So it was one point it was Bogles, I think, because of my eyes or something. And before that, it was Pablo for another reason. And then in high school, like they just called me Sleepy, I guess, because I was always, looking.
Yeah,
sleepy.
why in school were you called Sleepy?
Because
I need to
I
know
was
that.
sleeping through classes. I was sleeping like I ain't even lying.
Well, that's
Just
honest.
Just how you asked me downstairs, you almost go upstairs. Like, yeah, because like
Look here, William Cash on Facebook says, look at his eyes.
yeah, and
It tells you exactly where and why the name. Now, let's get into that track. First and foremost, where was that track produced?
in my bedroom.
A Bahamian bedroom.
Yeah.
I know your musical ear is picked up, so free your mind.
Yeah, no, let me tell you, and I'll be totally honest, because I don't necessarily like when people say this don't sound Bahamian.
Mhm.
And when I use that right now, it's not because I don't think we can't produce good music. I'm talking about the fact that
Why is that though?
no, a lot of people when they hear something, they say, "What? I didn't know that was Bahamian." Because
Yeah, but why do
for the
we
most part,
automatically put
people
ourselves down?
say that because of the level of production,
The production quality of it.
the quality
Mhm.
of the music, not necessarily the talent
Mm.
or the song or the melody or the tune,
Yeah,
but
definitely.
it's the quality of it. So when they hear something that's of great quality, they naturally attribute it
Like,
to
oh, this foreign.
bam.
She's like,
Now, when I'm about to use that right now, it's because I cannot pick up only because I know it's you, and you ain't gonna lie to me and tell me this you when it's somebody else,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
There is nothing about that. To me, that is on par with You fill in the name of the blanks. Fill in the
You got
blanks.
Future, you
Thank
got
you. That's the
Rod
first one.
Rich. Yeah.
Me and you.
We here.
I
You know,
wanted
we've
to
been
say
here.
Future, but I was like, nah, don't show your age up now, sweet girl. That's
No,
what you call the right man.
I say Future because your flow, your sound. Not that you're trying to sound like him, but I think that's the popular sound now in the type of genre.
Yeah, but that's the way. Though.
Yeah, that's
What do you describe that as? What do you call
yeah,
that?
like a
That's the thing.
finesse
It's
to
so
you.
much in everything. Like it's just you just have to finesse it. Like I said, I made it in my bedroom. It's like what a couple hours. Like I put the whole thing together. Boom.
And when
And
you
then,
say I put it together, you're talking about the actual track or
oh
actually
no. Yeah, I was for the track always. Cause like it's too time consuming. I be going through them like back to back to back. So you know what I mean. It's just better than so. Normally, my like you said, I have a musical family. Like it might come like
you can't miss.
yeah, you know what I
Yeah.
mean. I have cousins who produce beats. You know what I mean. I have this
Oh
one
yeah, I
who
forgot.
produce.
I
You know what I mean?
forgot.
So this
So like
beat was produced by who?
I forget. It wasn't a Bohemian.
Okay.
Yeah, it was outsourced.
Now, when because I know you do travel, I watch you on Instagram. I saw you in a U.S. studio the other day. I
Yeah,
know you was be
yeah.
on the other side.
Mhm.
You cooking up?
What's the reaction like amongst those folk,
I mean,
foreign producers, people in the studio who are born and bred Americans? This is their thing.
it's so
What
weird.
what's the
It's
reaction
it's
like?
it's real weird because like you think you get more that love here,
Home.
like you know what I mean, like, but they go
They eat it
crazy.
up.
They like yo, let me get a what's that? No. When they go because I still get used to it because I'm like. All right, boom. They have dudes like in their city who doing that thing, and then you know what I mean, coming from all the way from in the middle of nowhere, you know what I mean to them, it's like, oh wait, Bahamas, that's Bahamas. Wait, you know what I mean? And then
Like
they
they
get
can't believe that
no,
it's from the island,
no,
as they
yeah,
put it, the
yeah,
Mhm. It's
island,
from
the
the
island, the
island.
island.
Where you from, Mon?
Yeah, where you from,
Mon?
man? Yeah.
I'll die.
no. They put respect on that. They can put
But
respect on it.
being a Bahamian artist among, I guess, American producers and artists, do you find yourself approached with the idea of, oh, this sounds American or this sounds foreign? Like how most Bahamians
Mostly it's
would
just
when they hear?
the future comparison, like how you do.
Mhm.
Yeah, you. That's what they say too.
Yeah, but the thing is, that's just the sound. Like,
Yeah,
I realize
it's
people
a
have to get
sound,
like
isn't per
acclimated to
se.
your sound.
Yeah,
It's
it
like
is.
I don't necessarily. I just have the deep voice and auto tune. That's what they hear. And so like, but at the end of the day, when they hear this and they hear more, and it's like, okay, boom, I'm a fan now. Like you know what I mean? Genuinely off the rip.
What's the goal for you?
Hey, to put this, what you mean? To put us on?
No,
Like
and when I
that's
say what's the goal,
Like I get that's the bigger goal.
yeah.
yeah,
But
that.
what's your goal?
Oh, you mean me?
Mm.
Consistency right now. It's just like I feel like I had so much opportunities to like just really take it that way it's supposed to go. You know what I mean? It's just for me, just taking it there.
How long have you been doing music for?
I would say when it was 2016, that's when they dropped. Yeah, yeah. So 4 years.
Okay.
So boom, this is
Going into the fifth year.
going into fifth year. Yeah.
Okay.
This would be like I think this would be the springboard, yeah, because I got my stuff together. You know what I mean? But see, back and forth, you play with the idea, and you like, okay, boom. You know what I mean? There's no plan.
I mean, the off the wall question. This is just Empress freestyling and being Empress.
Mm.
What is it like for you in the dating world with a voice like this?
I mean, it's crazy.
From
'cause
school time. I mean, from your voice crack as a young man. Like, what was that like for you? Or even today?
I gotta say this. I gotta say this because I don't think because they like how you doing right now. They just like they don't even pay attention to what they saying. I could be saying anything. You know what I mean? Like,
It just sounds good. See
blah, blah,
there?
blah. And it's like,
Oh, it's like
you know what I'm saying?
eyes emoji. You're like, oh, okay.
But you realize that your voice is unique. You
Yeah,
realize
no,
that your speaking voice
definitely.
is
Like that's why I feel like you know what I mean. It has to go up like one way or another. You know, someone have to see it. Someone have to
see,
hear
but
it.
just because you have a nice speaking or a nice speaking voice or a nice tone don't necessarily means that you know what to do with it.
Yeah,
But the
yeah.
fact that you've charted your course in this music game
Mm-hmm.
and it's so melodious, like you said, it could only be a good thing.
That's because this is an evolving world. I mean, everybody like you gotta realize this and right now is like the craziest time, like especially with the pandemic. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
I was just gonna ask
you
you
know
that,
what I
like
mean?
how are you? You know, it's such a harder time to maneuver.
Yeah.
I mean, thank
It is
God for the
definitely.
internet, and you know, a lot of things happen on the internet.
Mhm.
Big songs are birthed on the internet, but the fact that you won't be able to perform the way that the traditional artists has in the past in terms of gaining their fan base through performance. It makes it a little bit more difficult.
more complicated.
It's
You just
complicated.
gotta get creative, though. I feel like, what I mean, everything is creativity. Yeah, man.
How do you plan to win Bahamians over? Because this is something that we've seen happen from generation to generation, where sometimes people have to go outside of the country, make it, and then the respect is bestowed on them upon their arrival back
Comes
from the ground.
comes after the
Or,
fact.
from traveling the world. And they're like, oh, yeah, that's my boy Madam used to go to SC
Yeah.
McPherson.
Yeah, like all
Yeah, whatever
Bro,
school.
Yeah.
How does that make you feel? Because you know that superstardom is bound to happen. This kind of talent is
It's
natural.
bound.
You know what I mean? This is not something that we all know. The three of us here in particularly know that you can create something in the studio that's not necessarily real. And when I say that, plenty of people out there can't sing. The studio, we could fix that. Because a lot of them have the look, and we can make the sound. Yours is a naturally born, off the wire talent.
It's crazy. They didn't even. That's why I feel like I have to do it, because I didn't even want. I wanted to be a writer. I wanted to write for people, but we had the studio, so I wanted people to come in. Let me write for them and put.
Because that ultimately that's where the money is.
Ultimately,
we know
that's
come on, royalty checks.
Hello, is there something in the mail?
At the 5th of every month, I look forward to.
Yeah, we know that's where it's at. When you're saying that this has. You've been drawn
I feel
into
like
this.
I have to. I feel like if it was anyone else, they'd have to do the same thing. You know what I mean?
Have you experienced any pushback with being in the music industry so far? I know you're coming from your musical inclined family, and the family's the good foundation to have. But have you experienced any pushback anywhere else?
Pushback in terms of
any negative response or any negative feedback?
Like, bro, you're D-Mac's son, but you should be doing rake and scrape.
I've been looking for it. I don't think see, going back to this generation too. Even though
this is a very opinionated generation.
They're more open to it though. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I was looking for the first. I had the first someone the other day. They tell me what. So, but y'all listen to Sleepy Lex. But something with Father Ferdo. I think he's like, yeah, but it's. They call his name. He's like, oh yeah, that's just the real da 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 da. And I was like, wow, like it take this long. Like I was waiting for it. Like I try to get more of that, because I feel like. That's what I've been lacking,
Okay.
Is the pushback.
I think it's the
somebody on Facebook says to tell you to look into voiceovers as well.
Yeah.
Because you have the voice.
Yeah, I can hear it on the radio. I can hear you voicing commercials. Yeah. I can hear you across the board, like a monologue or storyline.
Especially like on Valentine's Day coming. This is a great time for you to jump into that.
It's the Morgan Freeman effect.
Yeah.
The voice of God effect. That's
the voice of God.
Yeah.
I like no, seriously. I mean, the sky is definitely the limit. Now back to the young people corner, right?
Oh, I'm so happy to represent today.
No, seriously, back to the young people corner. After talking to several young people from time to time, the general consensus as to why they don't respect our cats is because the quality, first and foremost, and in the words of many of them, is garbage, right? I had someone here late last year who said exactly that. They used that exact terminology.
Oh, wow.
Music is garbage. It just is not connecting, right? What is it that pleases you guys? And when I say that, does it have to sound as close to your favorite rap artist in order for you to give it some respect?
Well,
or what is it y'all looking for?
I think for me, as once again a fan, when I hear Sleepy Lex or even in any of the new artists in this generation, it's the expansion of what you're taking and the evolution of Bohemian music to say, okay, I enjoy the Ronnie Butlers, I enjoy listening to D-Mac, I enjoy listening to KB, but then I also know that those songs may not be for every occasion in my life that I want to do.
You respect those artists and that music from that era as a part of your quote-unquote culture.
Yes. So it's like
but we don't dress up in Androsian print every day.
No, but I don't even have Androsian print. I love it, but I'm not sure.
I'm just saying. You don't dress up. with androgen print every day. We don't eat guava duff every day or conch salad every day.
Yeah.
We appreciate other people's culture.
Mhm.
But my thing is there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
Just know who you are.
Yeah, I think with that, it's also in the aspect of also not boxing in our culture and not defining our Bahamian artists by but defining Bahamian music by what we think our culture is. Kind of like saying like you have what's American music?
Yeah, you know what I mean? They have a big
Yeah, like
music.
because you have pop, you have country, you have rock and roll,
R&B,
you have
but
R&B, hip
America
hop.
is the home of R&B.
But then okay,
Rhythm and blues.
no,
all
that's fine.
country.
If that's the home of rhythm blues, how does pop and rock and everyone
They
else get
all
to
are
exist?
derivatives.
So it's kind of like now let's bring it back to the
Derivatives.
Bahamas.
No,
Yeah.
and you have to. What I think, generally speaking, Bahamians, especially the older generation, has to understand is that evolution is inevitable.
Yeah, you know what I
Okay?
mean? You can't
Evolution,
avoid it.
nothing stays the same.
And-
Everything must change.
I think that's getting the message along across the board when we hear Bahamian music or Bahamian artists. Because when we hear someone who's a Bahamian artist, we expect to hear the rake scrape in the background.
hear
I expect to hear the junk canoe,
cowbells.
the cowbells, or
right.
whatever. Because if it ain't that, it comes across like, oh, you're trying to sound like another culture.
Or you're
But you know what,
selling
though?
out.
Mhm.
No, but the thing is though, they can have to say we selling out in the beginning, but then we gotta walk. So you know what I mean. So others can run. I feel like in
Yeah.
the future because it's gonna evolve to that. We play with the sounds and experiment all the time. I feel
Mhm.
like.
But to be honest, I think others have already ran
Yeah.
for folks
Yeah.
like you to
Yeah,
come up and grab a mic and say, this is the sound that I want.
Most definitely, but it ain't fully there.
No.
I feel like
You feel like it's getting better?
Yeah, to get everyone in the mix though, the old and the young. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Because that's when it really take off. Like our culture, like when we all understand, when we all on the same page.
I don't think it's a matter of the older generation having to like it and say, yeah, boy, I
Like,
bump
yeah,
this.
no,
throws
no.
All
up
it
my
is-
signs. Yeah, boy,
all
that's
it
it.
is for them to appreciate the fact that Bahamians of different walks of life are doing things differently.
Yeah, the Bahamian artists
And you
come in
still,
variety.
whatever you do, you're still representing with that
the bigger
flag
picture, yeah.
the Bahamas.
It's kind of like going back to Tebby when she won. People were
Jesus.
saying like,
Please
oh,
don't
well,
carry.
she wasn't, she was
She
Bahamian. Oh,
She Bahamian.
that doesn't sound Bahamian.
Yeah.
But I'm like, she's a Bahamian making music. That's automatically Bahamian music, but it may not be the sound that you're used to.
How they expect her to take it to the world though, is what I'm saying.
See now you're going down a rabbit hole because
See, there you go now.
Sleepy, you're going down a rabbit hole because at the end of the day, there are some people out there that feel that untouched,
we could go
as natural as it is, if we press on regardless, at some point
it's gonna break.
it's going to break.
Yeah.
Then there are others. Let's go in, and in the right corner, wearing the purple trunks,
Standing at
with the
6'4".
there you go, are those who believe that if we just put a little swirl in it, then if it sounds a tad bit familiar, it's easier and it catches the air quicker.
Mhm.
That's what the person in the purple in this corner is saying, right?
Mhm.
But at the end of the day, some people don't have or don't feel like they have that kind of time to wait. So we're gonna put it out there to what the world has some
But
kind
the thing
of.
is, though, I think we could refine it. That's all it is, really. Like,
Would you
don't
throw
have
a
to touch it.
cowbell or a
Yeah, but
goat
that's how you
skin?
do it. See, I
It's
come
how
from
you
a-
do it, right?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because I actually know the background and all this shit. And see, that's why.
There you
see,
go.
people ain't gonna see my vision because I actually wanted to come to that eventually. And it's gonna come to that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna see it until it's halfway through. And like, oh, okay.
Oh, by the
That's what
way,
he was doing.
this is a cowbell.
Oh, boy.
Yeah,
Oh, by
you
the
know
way,
what I'm
let me
saying?
drop the cowbells
Let
with
me
the
drop
bass with the
this
bass
goat
Yeah,
line.
but it's how you shaking it, how you alter like the actual character when you making the music. You know
Right.
what I mean? And that's all it really is.
We're gonna take another break right here. Of course, are
Right.
we getting into it? Y'all better remember this young man. I am telling you, no
Crazy.
joke. This is Sleepy Lex right here, free of mind on a Feel Good Friday. We can call this the Feel Good Freestyle Sleepy Lex Friday.
700 Islands of
700
styling.
we styling on a Friday. Sleepy Lex right here on your hit station. We are Star 106 Hits.
Class acts.
You
clearly know that's my favorite
line. I have to put them like on a shirt.
That's a shirt. Yeah, that's a
shirt. I come from
Yeah.
700
Now you
Islands.
put the mask.
So I'm styling.
Wait, don't laugh. Wait.
No, don't laugh. No,
You see Independence coming?
Yeah.
Don't joke.
I'm joking.
Not even
No.
that. You have persons, you
Don't
have
joke.
Bahamians who are abroad who want to represent or take that Bahamian
Don't
mantra.
joke.
I promise you, when
And it don't have to be the typical.
blue,
I
yellow,
want to
and
call a brand name, but I'm not gonna do that.
Please don't.
Just do Sleepy Lex.
But no, I see. I remember when I was off school, I got like shirt that just said "Ice Bahamian."
Yeah, I was being
Just Ice Bahamian. So I only can imagine. I come from 700 islands, and they're like, "Where's the back?" And I'm
Hey,
styling.
you put them up. You can put them up.
Hey, and I'm
You
styling.
can put them up. Hold on.
That's what I'm trying to think. I'm trying to come up with a scheme like everywhere you get in.
You got it.
You know what I mean?
You got it. I promise you. You ain't gonna think too hard about it. You got it.
See, somebody say he's rocking that gold and aqua. See, he's
really?
behaving.
Okay, William says
I got
these
the
young
black
people
too,
ain't
but they
real
can't see.
because young people having young kids.
That's the truth.
Bring this up. Bring this up.
No, I can't do no covering. We get out of the government. No, I ain't saying. No, I feel I don't go with the demon. When I dig, she be creaming. Pass off to the brother, the demon. Party walking the zone, I'm leaning. Can't no really do smoking, go steam.
People like they thinking like, okay, well, you ain't to hear me because you're doing this or whatever.
Mhm.
But when we actually start to do the thing and they recognize it, because like they need incentive to like want to get on our page.
Mhm.
I feel like once Bahamian people start seeing other people reacting to how they foreigners react.
No,
before
yeah.
online, you know
Because
what I
even
mean?
like with this song here, I
Hold
hear.
on, the people want to hear the song.
Okay, we can talk on there.
No, I can't do no government lockdown. We get out of the government work. No, I ain't seen. No, I feel I don't go with this demon. I get it right and I double it. Show my son on the bubble it. Mickey D's, I know she loving it. I'm my other. No, I can't do no government lockdown. We get out of the government work. No, I ain't seen. No, I feel
You reading these comments?
No, he ain't
No, I can't see it because he was a
Oh, you need to be reading these comments.
The people are saying they
This last
love
one
the song. They want to know where
Love
the
the
CD
song,
at.
though. Where though? I love the song. Don't need a CD. You gotta let you talk all of that in a minute.
William, see these young kids.
You have to go watch this back. Go watch it back and read the comments.
on all the pages. I'd also love to your clean edits, your radio edits. They don't sound like just like blank spots, just cut out. Like it's the production of it, like
That's
wholeheartedly.
them McKinsey.
Why? Because I know that them is
Them McKinsey.
big hair, C flat. You hear me?
All right, here we go.
Boom.
Star 106 hits. We are having quite a candid conversation with the artist known as Sleepy Lex. All right, and trust me, folks, born and bred, schooled, brought up right here. All of that. All Bohemian, because I'm sure there's some people like, okay.
Oh, who are you trying to sound like?
Yeah.
Who are you trying to be?
Which foreign artist
is he imitating?
Is that? Now, again, I listened to the second track and I'm like, okay, so clearly.
I'm still a fan, everybody.
Clearly, you are giving the originators of the game a run.
Yeah.
That's basically what it is. No, because you have some people like somebody's style or like somebody's sound or like somebody's music, right? And attempt, right? Because this is not indigenously Bahamian, obviously, right? If you're going to do that, you got to be able to do it as good or better.
Definitely.
And I'll be honest, I heard this song, or not necessarily this song, another song, on another station. And I said, I want to think it's you, but I'm not sure. So what I did was I called the PD, right? I called the director and I'm like, boy,
who is this?
This Sleepy Lex? Because I didn't catch, the introduction or the outro of the song. And they're like, yeah. And I was like, wow.
Different.
No, it's just different.
No, it's so different, and even more so for the younger folks who would be familiar with like the New York culture or even like Pop Smoke and the woo beats or whatever. But I got you. I'm in the game for you.
Go ahead.
Those people will hear that song and think like, oh, this is Pop Smoke, this is that, this is New York. But it's one of those things like
and make them pay attention.
Yes, it gets my attention to say the beat is familiar, but then the voice on it, the artist on it, it's like, okay, this Bohemian rapping like this, carrying this beat from start to finish.
And then you hit them with something like they ain't expecting, like
Yeah,
like some real, sauce, some Bohemian sauce.
I ate the guava sauce.
What do you call yourself? You call yourself an artist from the Bahamas or a Bohemian artist? Because there's a difference.
There's a difference.
Wait. No, you
okay,
so
so
okay. Because I'm with you with that.
Are you a Bohemian artist? So we have Sleepy Lex in the studio, who is a Bohemian artist.
An artist from Nassau, Bahamas.
Or is Sleepy Lex
I'm a Bohemian artist? What do you mean? Like,
because this is an ongoing discrepancy, so to speak.
And people try to get clarity on it.
Are you a Bohemian doing Bohemian music? Do you call this Bohemian music because it's done, produced, and delivered
and sounds
by a
like
Bohemian artist? Or are you an artist doing world music and I'm just an artist from the Bahamas?
No, definitely a Bohemian artist. The thing is, though,
Empress, I love when we big up Bahamas. Thank you, Willie.
No, that's the whole thing. Like, we want to be able to say, okay, boom, like, okay, take for example, like we have ball players and doing the game now. They really doing it. You know what I mean?
Who's this?
No, he's saying ball players. You know?
Ball players.
You like how Buddy is Bahamas. When you see Buddy, you see Bahamas.
You see Cleveland Random Moss.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
So when you see that, you kind of have a sense of pride. You're like, okay, boom, that's us. Right
but
there.
Buddy sounding American these days, if I may say. Can I?
I mean, you could. That's just like
but he still say I'm in Bahamas.
Oh, he's still going to it and say thank God for life.
Yeah.
And that's so Bohemian to me. That's so Bohemian to me. Thank God for life.
Thank God for life. It's Bohemian all the way.
But see, that's the thing. We we could take the Bahamas to the world. We just gotta give them that just like how we sell everything else, we sell that. You see how we sell our pride? Because that's like, to me, that's our number one,
That's what we have to offer.
That's I say more than anything.
Yeah.
So I say we sell that, we get everything go up. You know what I mean?
So ultimately, where are we at right now? Because I'm thinking the ultimate goal is to be international. What are you doing right now to achieve that?
All right, so it's basically trying to just finagle or finesse a way into the industry. You know what I mean? From we get that, you get the little back door, you could slide a couple through, you know what I mean?
Right.
We do some damage from the inside.
Right.
And then that's when we let the colors fly. You know what I mean? We let everything go.
And
so is your music playing on radio stations abroad as well?
Yeah,
You don't slip it through the door.
Is they show me so much as like a list, it's like a roster. So like,
you're saying they show you more love there?
Yeah, most definitely. I don't want to say it like that.
It's the truth.
No, it's the truth. No, it's the truth.
I don't want to say it. I don't get love here. I don't want to say it.
No, you get love here, but
I get my love. Like I wanted this. I was grateful for it. You know what I mean? That's why I can't say nothing about it. Because like a lot of people say, okay, boom. Well, I did this and that's it. I never really. Like I tell you the first other day, the father for the thing. Like, everybody's calling me so mad. I'm like, yo, like
you ain't mad. It is what it is.
But to be honest, if that's your truth, then you can't water it down. You can't shake it down just to be something else.
No, the thing is, I feel like once they see that they love it, they then in turn learn to appreciate. Like, okay, how we coming at them. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you what this take me back. I'm gonna take you back to the early '90s before you know time, right? When our very own Bohemian bred Johnny Kemp did Just Got Paid. Ain't nothing in that song said Bahamas.
No.
Nothing about it. There's not a cowbell, not a goat skin, not even a whistle in that song.
Not a dungalek.
Not a collect.
No.
There's nothing in that song.
But you mean bashing it though? I ain't saying like that.
No, it's not a bashing. I want you to see that the song, what he did is exactly what you did. He dabbled into what was his truth, right? And what he thought would take the Bahamas to the next level. We're talking decades ago, in the early 90s or late 80s. And made a song with a universal message. and message and material and lyrics is very, very vital and key, especially when you want worldwide recognition. I always use the example of Bob Marley and One Love.
But the thing is, Bob started off with the Wailers, right? You know what I'm saying? And so he was before he full swing do like his. I watched the documentary.
Yeah, of course. So you saw you saw the change.
Yeah, I saw it. So I understand like how we have to come at them. We can't. I honestly we can't because we could. But it take a lot more longer. I'm trying to give you the back door, like I say, like we get them to see us.
You're giving us.
Then we hit them with the, you know what I mean?
Because even folks like T Connection, that
was next for me.
For my young tender age,
right?
Just recently within the past 4 or 5 years, discovered that they were Bohemian, and I had no idea. They don't sound, they don't have any of the inhibitions of it, but it's like they're still Bohemian music. They're still Bohemian artists making music.
What somebody like Johnny Kemp did and T Connection, as you mentioned, and there have been many others, is they adopted a different sound, right? That was recognizable to the world. Johnny was like pop. Okay, he came with a message. Just got paid Friday night. You go and burn.
And I got a little money to burn.
I got a little money to burn. It's a message that comes every generation.
That's the Psalms 91 for me.
Don't go like after that though.
Well, there ain't nothing wrong with that. But what I'm saying is, at the time, the same thing with T Connection. What they came with was a different level of funk, right? We're not the originators of funk, but they put a hurting on it, throw in some cowbells, throw in some things that said, we Bohemian, but the sound was more recognizable to the world. Nothing wrong with that. There are so many Bohemians that have done it and gained worldwide recognition, whereas there are Bohemians at home who are saying, oh, it's a sellout, but nevertheless, you still represent. And I think that's what's key, that you represent.
Yes.
In whatever and however you do it. I got one here on Facebook that says, can't wait for the dad and son mix. Right? Hint, hint. Hashtag
near future.
And then goes on to say, then you and your cousin. All right.
Oh, this person got the inside scoop.
Yeah, no, they know who the Mackenzie family. People know exactly who is there. This one says, and Johnny Kemp went away and he came back and he was never famous. He was. He was. Maybe he didn't get the recognition and the love that he should have at home. Maybe that's what you're trying to say.
That he might have had when he was international.
People knew Johnny Kemp. They did. I'm just saying. Now, for those that want to follow this journey, because we way over time, because we could go on.
No, we could really go. And we didn't get to my favorite part yet.
But for those that want to follow the journey, they want to follow you. They're now intrigued. They want to see more, hear more. Tell them how to find you.
Well, at Sleepy, that's SLEEPY, LEXX, 2 X's.
You still ain't tell me how you talk to the girls, you know.
I can't say.
Just like this, I'm assuming.
I give you everything right now, and then they already expecting it.
Yeah, they're looking for it, right? So Sleepy Lex, SPLE.
SLEPEPY.
Why? LEXX.
All right, that's 2 X's.
That's on everything. Yeah.
Before we go, I do have to ask, as a fan, what can we, the fans, expect up next for this year from Sleepy Lex?
Oh, I want to say the word. Load of music.
Because I'm like, oh, like we can't wait.
Yeah, this one says, we need a CD. So, are you compiling music right now to put out?
Hit them in back to back with 3-4 projects.
That's right.
Before the end of the year.
That's right. They can't wait.
Kill them. No, we really got to do it for real, and that's what I've been saying. But people got to see it before I say it. So that's why I was saying.
I don't think people have to see us. I think as long as you see it from start to finish, it's your magic. Just make sure that always remember that you're magical when you're doing so. No problem.
Right, and don't forget the shirt for Independence. Y'all look out, we speaking it. Look out for the 700
Islands.
That's so I'm styling on the back. It is your 2021 Independent shirt. Brought to you courtesy of Sleepy Lex and the Mackenzie clan.
Yes, can't wait to pick mine up in the medium.
Available at a store near you. Sleepy, it's been a pleasure as always. And folks, y'all know what to do. Keep it locked. Top of the hour, 5 o'clock. And Drive at 5 with yours truly is the Friday edition. DJ AI comes your way.
Save money with your
That was awesome.
That was
awesome.
Yay!
Yes, sir. Let me see.
You could go.